I was created out of his rib. So in some way, sounds ridiculous, right? Yeah, but we go on. In some way, seriously, he has to provide for me. Thoughts of an introvert, welcome into my head, my lovelies. So let's get into the phenomenon of I don't do 50-50. Okay, I'm sure you've seen it all over social media. On Instagram, it's the hype. Um, and I would like to confess that I am a culprit of that. And hear me out, okay? I am an African woman that is culturally used to early man days kind of men. Okay, I grew up in a culture where men still provide for their wives, for their girlfriends. I grew up in a culture where men are supposed to take care of their families. I grew up in a culture where men still literally go hunting to feed their families. You know, not like in the past, but in some cultures, is still the case. So my picture of a real man is a man that is capable of providing for me. And guys, I earn my own money. I'm an empowered woman. I'm self-sufficient, but I still need my man to do most of the work, you know? So let me explain my take on I don't do 50-50. If a man asks me out for a date, it's a no-go for him to ask for us to do 50-50 or even ask me to pay. For crying out loud, I expect the man to pay on the first date. I have to be really that worthy. And when we talk about feminism and empowerment, that might sound contradictory. But again, I was created out of his rib. So in some way, sounds ridiculous, right? Yeah, but we go on. In some way, seriously, he has to provide for me. Much as I earn my own money, I want my husband to be able to provide in some way, or my boyfriend, and be it, let's just call it love language if it sounds better for you and it doesn't seem like, oh my god, you know. But I expect my husband to spoil me, or my boyfriend to spoil me. I expect him to take me shopping every once in a while. I expect him to cover the bills when we travel together. I expect him to really financially support me and surprise me in one way or another. Now you could ask the question, how about you also chip in financially? Yes, I'm very, very willing to buy my husband or boyfriend a coffee on his birthday. That is if he forgot his wallet at home. Otherwise, I'm expecting him to pay. That's brutal. But yeah, you understand what I mean? Like for his birthday, yes, I can pay for the coffee, I can pay for the cappuccino, you know. But otherwise, if my boyfriend, husband takes me out to dinner for wellness or whatever it is, I expect him to foot the bill. And then when we talk of 50-50, like what is even that, you know? Either you're footing the complete bill or I'm footing the complete bill, but 50-50 is just so confusing. You know, when you talk about girl math, that is so confusing. It's just going to cause so much drama in your relationship. I can assure you, either you're willing to do 100% or just do nothing. But don't you ever risk your life as a man to ask a woman to do 50-50. That will be the beginning of the end of your relationship. And I don't care how empowered or emancipated one is, we still want to be spoiled, you know. To which degree is the difference, but we still want to be spoiled. And then when you talk about the 50-50, for me, it also draws me back to the feminism, you know, that is going around. Feminism is a good thing, but we also have to see it in a culture context. The feminist in the first world cannot be the same feminist in a third world where the woman's role is still to, you know, get married, bear children, take care of the family, cook, clean, and all that. She's going to see feminism in a different way. And we have to respect that for as long as one is happy and comfortable with the sharing of roles. If the man's duty is to go out, work, earn a living, and the woman is supposed to work at home, cook, keep the home, and all that, then we have to respect that, and that could be their form of feminism, you know? So definitely 50-50 for me. I focus more on the part of what we're talking about, empowering women, empowering society. We have to go delicately about it And most people say, oh, how can you say you don't do 50-50 in an empowered world? If you're an empowered woman, again, it brings us back to context. What is the constellation of our relationship? What is the constellation of our marriage? What are our choices? Which cultural backgrounds are we talking about? Which societies are we talking about? So we have to keep all those things in mind. If you go to Africa and you're going to date a woman, don't even bother. She'll probably walk out of the date the moment you mention 50-50. So I hope you understand the context. But here in Germany, it's a normal thing, or very common, especially among the Caucasian, the white Germans. They'll go out, the bill will come, and they will ask, do you want to share the bill or separately? And I find that okay to ask that, not always assuming. So for them, it's very okay to do that. I'm saying for them, I'm also German, but of migrant background. So definitely my culture also is a part of the decisions I make. So definitely have to keep that in mind. If you're a German guy and you decide to marry an African girl, keep in mind that she has certain expectations that may be different from you marrying a white German girl. So you choose your poison, you choose what is best for you, but make sure you fulfill that. Don't start judging and be like, oh my God, she expects me to pay for the trips. Well, that's what she expects. So you choose your poison. Either you're going to marry the black African girl who expects this and this from you, or marry the German woman that is willing to share the 50-50, if that's what makes you happy. But I'm definitely for the 50-50 phenomenon, of course, taken with a pinch of salt and depending on your, I would say, financial constellation and rules in your relationship, because we have relationships where the women are the ones earning and the men are the stay-at-home dads. So definitely take it with a pinch of salt. But I had to make a confession. I'm one of those people that would not willingly, happily do 50-50. I don't know that, especially if you were born screaming soft life, how am I going to start sharing bills with a man? Like seriously, it doesn't add up. And my girl math says it's wrong. It's not okay. My lovelies, just take it with a pinch of salt. And of course, let me know in the comment section, what is your take on that? What are your views on that? Is doing 50-50 okay? Or that even shouldn't be in our vocabulary? Let me know. And if you've ever experienced a situation where you probably went on a first date and the guy wanted you to do 50-50, let me know how it went down, because I've seen such stories on Instagram and I find it very, very interesting. My lovelies, thank you so much for taking a front row seat in my head. And of course, don't forget to join our family, subscribe, like our content, share it, comment. That way you get to support this family. Until next time, my lovelies, bye.